So hello everyone, it's Joe Beauty 87 here, and today I figured we'd get into decluttering my primers and my foundations, because I told you all I need to do a declutter. I told you all in the last video I posted about the eyeshadow palettes I need to get rid of, but I can't for whatever reason. So I figured I'd start today with my foundation and primers. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm trying to go by brand, although I'm just going to end up probably pulling random ones at the end of the day. But I started off in order. So I got these 3 e.l.f. primers. Oh, also disclaimer, the stuff I get rid of, I'll either give to my cousins or my mom or my cousin's grandmother or my grandmother, or I'll sell them on Mercari. I always have my Mercari listed in the description box down below. But I just don't need all the stuff I have, and I don't necessarily like all the stuff I have too. So that's another reason I need to get rid of it. So for example, you all know I love this e.l.f. This e.l.f. blurring primer serum. I'm going to go ahead and keep that one, as well as the Jelly Pop Dupe Primer. I really like this one. It's a great dupe for the Hydro Grip by Milk Makeup. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that. But we're gonna get rid of the Puff Primer. If you all remember correctly, I was talking about how much I hate this primer. I don't feel like it really does anything. It just feels like a glorified moisturizer. So, you know, I'm getting rid of that. Okay, so the next things we're gonna go into are the Farsali primers. Now, y'all know I'm most likely keeping all these. I love my Farsali liquid glass. As you can see, like the angle I'm showing it is like halfway empty. I love this stuff. I like to use it especially in the summertime, give me extra hydration when I start off my foundation routine. And then I go in with my Skin Tune Blur. I really like this stuff too, so I'm keeping both of these. Now, I won't be rebuying this because the e.l.f. one is $10 and this one is like $54. But since I have it, I'm going to finish off the one I have, and then I'll start using my e.l.f. one more and more. And then I'll repurchase it probably during the holidays when they have, you know, a great deal, because I still have like the liquid silk canvas and the regular silk canvas. I don't really need to buy any more of these anytime soon. Now, this one I'm on the fence about. This is the liquid powder, but I'm going to hold on to it for now. And then when the summer comes, I'm going to try it out and see if I like it more then. And then if I do, I'll keep it. And if I don't, you'll probably see it on my Mercari page. So I'm keeping it for now. We'll see how it goes later. Let's see. Let's grab some more things. Okay, so I got a couple of those. Let's grab those and this. Okay, so I have a couple of Smashbox primers, and then I have my Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. The blurring one, I tried this out recently. I have a sample of it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. I actually like it okay. When I finish up the sample, though, I don't think I'm going to buy the full size of it, just because I have so many other blurring primers I feel like do a way better job than this one. But I wanted to try it out and get a video up for you all, and I did. So I'm going to keep it and finish it off, but after that, it's got to go. I mean, I'm not going to buy a new one. Let's see, I got the what is this? The Smashbox Photo Finish Icon Primer Stick. I don't really like this primer stick. I don't like silicone primers like that. And when I do, I wouldn't reach for this one. I have another one that I'll reach for that I'll show you in a second. So I didn't use that much of it. I cut the top part off though. So since I knew I was going to sell it to someone else, I cut the top off. So that way you won't have the layer of what I use. And this will be on my Mercari page because I did not like this primer. So I'll put it over here. The stuff that's going over there. Then I have the Photo Finish Primerizer by Smashbox. Now, this primer I actually do like. However, I have other primers that I feel like are hydrating that do a better job than this one does. Like the Pretty Fresh one, and then the Ulla Hendrickson Banana Bright one. I feel like those do a better job of moisturizing and priming. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. This one is currently on my Mercari page as well. So you can go check it out there if you want it. Let me see some other stuff. So far we've done pretty good. We got rid of the 3. I kept way more than I got rid of, but you know, like, that's the way it goes sometimes. So let's grab these 4 and put these in here. So next 4 I have, there's kind of like a mixture of stuff. So I have the Pretty Fresh primer by ColourPop. Y'all know I'm keeping this one. I absolutely love this. I compared this one to the Pat McGrath one to see which one was better. I'll have a video on that if you're interested, and I'll try to remember to leave it in the cards above or at the end of this video. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. Next, I have this Kaja Blur Drop Weightless Water Primer. I liked this okay, but since I have other hydrating primers I reached for more, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. So you can look for this on my Mercari page coming soon. Some of these other things are already up there, but like the e.l.f. one isn't up there yet, and neither is the Kaja one, so you have to stay tuned for those. Next, I have the I Heart Revolution Banana Split Radiant Primer with vitamin C and E. This one I compared to the Banana Bright by Ula Henderson. This one just seems really shimmery and glittery. Kathleen Light said the same thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one and just keep my Ula Henderson here. This one is amazing. I absolutely love it. I need to get another one while there's sales still going on. Today is the last day of the 25% off family and friends sale. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of these while I can. They have one that has a kit with the eye cream and the hat, and you can get it for like 37 bucks. So I'll probably go ahead and grab that today. But I'm going to keep this one for now. And as you can see, I've used it a little bit because it's starting to have a little shape to it, where you can see the air got sucked out of it. So, okay. So we got rid of a decent amount. We got rid of 5 so far. I think I'm doing pretty good. Ooh. Go ahead and grab some more. Okay, so I have these 3 primers. Now, I recently just got this one heck of a blot primer. Casey Holmes has been talking about this primer forever and ever and ever, so I wanted to try it out, and they had it on sale for a good deal at Ulta, so I finally went ahead and grabbed it. I've only used it, I think, one time, so I'm not sure about, you know, how willing I am to get rid of it, because I feel like this is going to be, again, good for me in the summertime, because I'm an oily skin person just like Casey is. So I'm going to hold on to it for now and see how it works in the summertime. So since I bought some of these in the fall, some of them I can't necessarily get rid of. However, the All Nighter Face Primer, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, even though I just did a video on it recently. I just felt like it wasn't anything exceptional or long wearing to the point where I needed to hold on to it. And I tried it with their foundation, mind you, and I still didn't think it did that great a job. I tried it with their foundation and I tried it with other foundations, and I just wasn't that impressed with this product. I'm thinking about putting it in a maybe pile though and trying it out like one more time once it's like spring or summer gets here, and then if I don't like it, I'll go ahead and get rid of it. So I think I'm going to put this and the Versali liquid powder in a maybe pile, which is sitting over here on the other side of my kitchen. Now, this Peter Ross Thomas Skin to Die For, this primer is amazing. I absolutely love it, and they say if you use it consistently for a certain amount of days, it will help your complexion and do wonderful things for your skin. I never get to use it on that consistent basis because, as we know, I only wear makeup on the weekends. So I'm still going to hold on to it though, because I do think it's a great primer that does nicely mattify the skin and, you know, help your pores and things of that nature. So I'm going to hold on to it for now. Okay, so let's get the big container ones out the way. So I have the Tatcha, the silk canvas, and you all saw my video. You all haven't seen my video on Tatcha silk canvas and the battle of it with the new one yet, but as you can see, I clearly love mine because there's a giant hole in the middle of it. I've been scraping out the edges of it recently just so I can get done with this one, because I actually have a backup of this already, because I didn't know they were coming out with liquid version. So I'm just going to finish this up, and then I'll hold on to my backup and probably finish up the liquid and then go back to this. I don't know how long it takes for these to wear it out, but I still have it in that plastic that it comes in, so I'm hoping that means mine is still good. I don't know though. Here's hoping though, but I'm keeping it. What's the point of that? I have this random eye primer. I figured I should just go ahead and put it in there too. This is the e.l.f. under eye primer. I like to use this under my eyes sometimes when I don't use my Hourglass veil underneath the eyes in the color almond, so I'm just gonna hold on to this as well. And I'm going to hold on to this Glam Glow Super Mattifying 6 Acid Clarifying Primer. As y'all know, I have acne-prone skin. I have only used this, I think, 2 times though, but because I have acne-prone skin and I have relapses in my skin, because sometimes it does really good and then sometimes I have really bad places. As you can see, I just used it a couple of times, but I'm going to hold on to it, especially since I never know when my skin is going to start freaking out, and I like to have a couple of acne primers to help out with that whole situation. So the last 3 primers I have, and I don't think I have like primer overload here, which is good, because when y'all see my foundation, y'all gonna be like, what the actual hell, and just be so ashamed of me. But not ashamed, but you can be like, damn, I didn't realize she had that many foundations. But I plan on getting rid of a few. I'm not gonna get rid of a whole lot, I'm not gonna lie and say that, but I'm gonna get rid of a few. So these last 3 primers, I have the gripping primer from Cover FX. Sorry, let me turn it this way. And I plan on keeping this one. This is the one I was talking about that I felt like was a silicone primer, but I like the feel of this, and I feel like it does a good job of gripping the primer to your face, which is why I didn't want to keep the Smashbox stick. This is the primer I was talking about that I was going to keep instead. And then, of course, y'all know my Milk Hydro Grip Primer isn't going anywhere either. I like to use this one in the summertime, mainly because I feel like it does give a little bit of hydration in addition to gripping the makeup to your face, whereas the Cover X one just grips the makeup to your face, so I like to use that one more in the wintertime, use this one in the summertime, so we'll keep that. And then I have this Joa Blur Activating Primer. This is supposed to be a good dupe for the the Hourglass Veil Primer. And I actually like this one better than that one, and this one is only 10 bucks. You can buy Joa Beauty at CVS. It is a K-Beauty inspired brand that's owned by the brand Kiss that makes, you know, nail polish and lashes, things of that nature. So I'm going to keep this one. So I kept, let's see, God, I kept a lot in mind. I kept 17 primers and got rid of 5. I think that's still pretty good though, because it's like, you know, I like to hoard things because one of my parents is a hoarder. So I'm just glad I got rid of anything else. So let me turn off the camera and get some of these foundations up here so we can start that. My bad, you guys. So I forgot about the Beauty Blender, the Leveler Primer. I think I forgot about it because it's like my skin tone, so I just assumed it was a foundation. I'm going to go ahead and keep this because I have the color Tan Deep. It goes beautifully with that foundation. So we kept 18 primers and we got rid of 5. But yeah, this one looks beautiful. If you haven't seen the review on the concealer with the foundation and this primer, my skin looked amazing in that video. So you definitely need to watch this and check it out. Okay, so hello everyone. I am back. And I figured we'll start off with a drugstore foundation since I don't have nearly as many drugstore foundations as I'm going to have of high end. So I figured we'll start off with these. So I have these 3 Maybelline foundations. I got rid of my Fit Me just because it was really old and I didn't feel like it was a good idea to hold on to it. Plus, it's like $5. So if I really need to get another one, you know, I can always go back and get another one. So I have the Super Stay 24-hour foundation. I have Warm Coconut in that. I have Coconut in the Dream Radiance Liquid Foundation. And then I have Cappuccino in the Urban Urban Cover Foundation. Or Dream Urban Cover, I guess that's what it's called. As you can see, CVS loves to put stickers on top of things. So I don't know what the hell this is called. Anyway, I didn't like the fact that they didn't have my color in this one, first of all. Then I wasn't really feeling the formula of this one. I just thought it was lackluster. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. But I will keep these 2. So we started off getting rid of one, which I find a good thing. Then I'm going to get into my 2 CoverGirl foundations because, as y'all know, I'm not really big on CoverGirl. I don't necessarily like the way all the rebranding is going. But they do have some hit and miss products for me. To me, they're just a hit and miss brand in general when it comes to complexion and other things for me. But, you know, I do have these 2 foundations, so we're going to talk about those. I have the CoverGirl True Matte Made Foundation Comfort Matte Transfer Resistant. I have the color D50, and then I have the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Nourishing Foundation in the color 620 Deep. I'm actually going to go ahead and keep both of these. I'm currently wearing this foundation right now, and I really like this when I first tried it, and it gives beautiful coverage, and it has that beautiful soft matte finish to the face that I like, so I'm going to keep both of those. And the next one we're going to get into is L'Oreal and Milani. I only have one L'Oreal foundation. I only have one Milani foundation, so I figured I'd just put both of them together since you can still buy both of them at the drugstore. I have the L'Oreal up to 24-hour Fresh Wear foundation. I have the color 515 Deep Copper, and then I have the Milani Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation in the color 500 Toffee. Now this one I kind of want to get rid of, but at the same time, since it oxidizes, I figure it might be good for a summer shade, and then maybe I'll actually test it out and like it then. So this is going to be in the maybe pile, and this one I'm just going to keep. So maybe pile over here, and just keep that one. Okay. So the next set of foundations I have are some NYX and some Juvia's Place. So I have the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, full coverage foundation. And if you all didn't know, Alyssa actually helped them create the shades for this foundation. I wear the shade Sienna, so I actually like this foundation. It's great for summertime when you need a drugstore foundation that's going to last all day. They have a matching concealer and a powder, and I have all 3, and they work beautifully together. So I'm definitely going to hold on to this one. And y'all know my Pro Glow isn't going anywhere. I have that in the color Sienna as well, so I will be keeping both of these. I love these products, and lately NYX has been doing a good job in foundations as far as I'm concerned. And to me, they're one of those sometimes brands to me that have a lot of hit and misses, but those are hits for me, so I'm definitely going to hold on to them. Next, I have the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. I have 2 different colors. Okay, so what happened was I bought my summer shade in the wintertime when I first bought it, and then Andrea Renee got rid of hers, so I ended up buying hers, and that's like my summer shade. So I have Burkina, which is the summer shade I bought from Andrea Renee. And then I have my winter shade, Lagos, which is the one I can wear right now. It's a little bit more on the yellow end, whereas Burkina, I think, has a little bit of red in it for when my skin gets that color in the summertime. So I'm going to go ahead and keep both of them because I do like the foundation, and I like to have drugstore options. And as y'all see, I don't have that many drugstore foundations compared to high-end, so I'm holding on to these mainly because of that as well. Because, I mean, I do occasionally make drugstore videos for you all, so I feel like I should have some drugstore products, you know? Next, I have these 2 Makeup Revolution foundations. I have the Conceal and Define Original one, and then I have the Conceal and Hydrate Radiant Foundation, along with the Morphe, what was this called? Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F480. Now, I think they're getting rid of the Morphe foundation because they were $9 at Ulta on their website, which is 50% off. And then I went in store and they didn't have any more up on the display, and it didn't look like they were going to try to refill it or anything. So I think they're just phasing it out because it was a terrible idea to begin with. And believe it or not, I'm going to go ahead and keep it just to remind people that they did have a foundation and how terrible it was. I know that was petty, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like they do a whole bunch of shady stuff all the time. And, you know, like, this is one thing that just people really weren't feeling, and it blew up in their face. So I'm going to hold on to it. If that's petty, then just call me petty, honey. Anyway, then I have these two foundations. I liked this one okay. The only problem I have with Makeup Revolution foundations is I feel like they always have this really weird gray undertone. So even if the color does look nice on me, once I put it on my face, I feel like it has a gray undertone to it. And it's not like they have, what do you call it? It's not like they have, sunscreen in them, so I don't know why they do that, but they just remind me of It Cosmetics foundation, like a cheaper version of It Cosmetics foundations, and the fact that it's going to turn gray no matter what you do and no matter how you put it on your face. So it's like, I just don't want to keep them based upon that, so I'm gonna get rid of both of these, even though I actually really like the formula of this one. But I mean, like, I have foundations that don't make me gray and have better formulas, so both of these gotta go. They're not a vibe. They're not happening. It's not happening. And I'm thinking I might hold on to this one just for like references as far as Maybelline foundations go, but as far as actually wearing it, I don't think I'll keep it. So I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile instead of getting rid of it, because I still want to try it like one more time. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's Maybelline and I love Maybelline. I don't want to just be like, oh, it's terrible, and get rid of it. So I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, so now I'm going to move into the high-end ones. I'm trying to go according to brand, because I got a couple of foundations from a couple of different brands, or I might just go by stick foundation and then liquid foundation and then you like radiant or something like that. I don't know, but hold on, you guys, let me go organize those and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I hope you have realized by now that you need to go get a snack, because there's quite a bit of foundations that we're gonna go through and cover, because as you have seen, I have a whole list of foundation reviews and there are quite a bit of foundations in there, so need to be prepared. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have the shade 7 Dark. I never knew what to do with this. I don't like this product. I feel like it's not supposed to give you any real coverage. I heard it's just supposed to be like a light wash of something extra or something like that. And since I don't have skin made for that, this needs to go. So it needs to leave my collection. I don't know. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury is another like high-end brand that's hit and miss for me, and I'm just not feeling it's not a vibe. I don't have that many stick foundations, so I figured I'd start off with those. I forgot to bring the Milk Makeup Foundation stick in here though, but I'm keeping it, so I guess it doesn't matter. But since I did a review on it, I figured I should tell you all that I still do have it. I do plan on keeping it. So next to I have, this was just in my if I can only keep 10 foundations video, so clearly it's not going anywhere. This is the Skin by Mented foundation stick in the color T40. I'm definitely keeping this product. I absolutely love it. I think it is wonderful. However, this expensive bougie ass Tom traceless foundation stick has got to go. I feel like it was terrible coverage for the price that he charges for this, because I think this is $88, something crazy like that. This foundation is terrible. I absolutely hate it, and it needs to go. So goodbye to you. Now we're gonna get into Dior. So I have 3 Dior foundations. I have the Dior Face and Body in the shade 6 in neutral, and I will be keeping that. I have 6 neutral in the new Forever foundation. I will be getting rid of this because I feel like it's quite red. I mean, the formulas are exactly the same. I just don't like how red they made the new one, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then I have the original Forever foundation by Dior in the shade 060, and I'm going to go ahead and keep that. So we're going to keep that. Okay, so I only got a couple of foundations in this kind of packaging, so I figured I'd just go ahead and show them to you. This is another one that was in my if I can only keep 10 foundations and concealers video, so needless to say, it's not going anywhere. It's the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation, and I would definitely give them props. They have amazing undertones and foundations enough for everyone. I have the color DG6. Jackie said we need DG7, so I might go ahead and purchase that one when the summertime comes. I saw somebody on Poshmark selling it in that shade. I usually wear this one in the wintertime, and I'll just wear, I'm going to wear DG7 in the summertime. But this is a beautiful foundation, and you should definitely get your hands on it. So I will be keeping this one. However, the Smashbox Skin Studio 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation in the shade 4.2. I wear the shade 4.2 in this one and the new one. I do not like this foundation. The crazy thing is, when I first started using foundation, this was one of the foundations I bought, and I actually liked it and used it on a regular basis. But I don't know if it's because my skin changed or my preference in foundations changed. I'm not a fan of this foundation anymore. And as you can see, it's a full bottle. I ended up getting this for free from Ulta, since I'm a diamond and they give you free things throughout the year, I think I had to purchase like $25 worth of stuff, and I get it for free. So it's a great foundation. It's just I don't like it. There are other hydrating foundations I like better, and I feel like I shouldn't hoard it just because, you know. I can do a video on this one comparing it to the original though before comparing it to the new one before I get rid of it if you all want to. So let me know and I'll put it in the maybe pile. And then if you all say yes, we'll do it. And then if you all say no, then I will get rid of it. But it needs to go. Speaking of which, I'm just going to go ahead and do all the ones in the tubes now. So this is the one I was talking about comparing it to. This is Smashbox Studio Skin full coverage 24-hour foundation. And I have the shade 4.25 and this one is opposed to 4.2. But I'm going to put this to the side, like I said, for that video. And if you all don't want to see it, then I'll just go ahead and get rid of it. Because I didn't like this one because I felt like it made your skin look cakey and sinks into your pores. And if you have any fine lines or any problems on your face, this foundation will show it. So if you have any skin issues, then you definitely don't need to buy this foundation because it's going to do nothing but show them. But it's in the maybe pile just to do that comparison video for you all. Next, I have the Bite Changemaker foundation. I bought the color D155 and this color looks nice. The only thing is this is just a really average foundation. There's nothing exceptional about it to the point where I feel like I need to keep it. So I'm just going to go ahead and declutter it. I wish I had kept the box when I originally bought it so that way I could have returned it to Sephora and got my $40 back because this wasn't cheap, and then for it to be so average and then charge $40, I wasn't feeling it. So it needs to go. Plus I heard it broke some people's faces. I like Mel Thompson said she was like scratching her face and was itching really bad. So I'm like, that made me hesitant to want to try it to begin with. But I didn't have that issue, so I was blessed not to have that issue. However, you might want to keep that in mind. If you do look for that on my Macari, just keep in mind you might end up with an itchy face. Anyway, I have 2 of these YSL Touche Éclat all-in-one glows. I really like this foundation. That's why I ended up with 2 of them. I had one at my grandmother's house and then I had one at home. So obviously, I don't need both of them. I'm going to go ahead and keep one. So I'm going to keep the one that has the least amount of product in it. So that's going to be this one right here. As you can see, it has a bigger dent than this one does. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of the extra one. So you look for that on my Macari page as well. And this one needs to go to the keep side. Now, my Fenty, what is this? Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I like to mix this with the original matte foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it and mix it, especially when summertime comes. I think these are beautiful foundations. The Fenty one, the original one wears really nicely, but I want a little bit of hydration in my skin. So that's why I'm going to keep this to mix with that one in the summertime. It's a nice foundation on its own, but I just prefer to mix both of them because I feel like I don't get enough coverage with this one by itself. Whereas since the other one is so full coverage, you can mix them together and get a nice balance of hydration and full coverage like you want. So I'm going to keep it for that purpose. This Transform Matte Foundation, you all recently saw me do a video comparing this to the Pat McGrath one. Well, not comparing it, just to see which one is better. And I actually ended up liking this in that video, and when I first tried it for the first 2 times, I didn't like it. So I don't know if it's because of the way I applied it differently, but I'm actually think I'm gonna hold on to it after I talked a whole bunch of crap about how terrible this foundation was. But I stand by what I said about that concealer. That concealer is absolute trash. Do not buy the concealer. You can consider buying the foundation, just don't ever buy the concealer because it is trash, trash, trash. Okay, next we're gonna go into all these foundations right here. So I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible. And as you can see, I have a ridiculous amount of foundation, so I'm definitely trying to cut down. And I did pretty good so far. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I got rid of 7. Okay, so my phone camera decided to randomly cut off. It said I didn't have enough storage on my phone. But anyway, I was saying I wanted to get a different color in this Cover FX Power Play foundation, but I'm gonna keep N90 for now because the natural finish one is on clearance. So I'm just gonna get G90 in that just to see if the color is gonna be this. Gonna be better for me, so that way if they have a sale come up or something like that and I want to get in G90, I can. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one right here. So here we go. Next one I'm gonna keep is my Jouer Essentials High Coverage Cream Foundation. So with this foundation, they didn't have my shade in it originally, so I had to use like Nutmeg or Espresso and try to mix them with other foundations. But the correct shade for me is Pecan. I actually love this foundation. I have the concealer as well, and like that, the concealer color I used is Amber, which is 1 shade away from my skin tone, and then I use Coffee, which is 2 shades away from my skin tone. Depending on what highlight shade you like, you should get coffee or amber just to be helpful, but I'm keeping that foundation as well. And y'all know damn well my Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation in 510 Suede is not going anywhere. I absolutely love this foundation. I plan on using this a lot during the summer along with some of the other ones I've shown you. I'm going to do a video on my favorite summer products because I figure since they don't have spring in Chicago, there's no point in me making a video about it. I can do some spring eyeshadow palettes that I feel are best, but I'm not going to do any like foundation or anything like that because there's no such thing as spring in Chicago. If you live here, you know that. So we're keeping that foundation. Next, I have the Lawless Woke Up Like This Flawless Finish Makeup in the color Ember. This foundation is actually really nice. I hardly ever use it though because there was the issue with the concealer going on, so it kind of made me not necessarily want to use this, and they didn't like inform anybody of it because I had bought it, did a whole review on it and everything, and then I watched Samantha Marsh's video, and that's how I found out they had just pulled it off the floor, pulled it off the shelves, and didn't say anything to any of the consumers about it. So I didn't appreciate that, so that's why I don't really use this in videos. I'm gonna keep it in as a nice foundation, but I don't know if I necessarily recommend the brand for complexion because the fact that they just pulled that off the shelf and didn't say anything to anyone and tried to act like it didn't exist, but you still took my money and didn't inform me of any issues that you were having with the concealer, I didn't like, and I thought that was kind of shady. So I was like, I'm not gonna recommend this, and I'm not gonna use any of this stuff on camera anymore. So since then I have not. Okay, next I have the Huda Beauty Foundation and the Stellar, I think this is Luminous Foundation. What is this? Yeah, it's just a Stellar Luminous foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and keep both because believe it or not, I like to mix both of these. So I have the Huda one in 500G Mocha. I like to mix this with this foundation, which is S20. I mix both of these together and you get like that nice matte finish, but you still get like a nice little dewness and luminosity. As you can see in the container, it's a nice little luminosity going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and keep both of these. So I didn't do that well in that one because, you know, I kept everything. But let's move on to the next one and maybe I'll do better there. So I have these foundations. I got the KVD Vegan Beauty True Portrait Foundation. I wear the color Tan 074. I remember when I had bought the Locket one that I used 074, so I went ahead and bought this one in 074. And this is a beautiful foundation. The only reason I even checked for it is because Tiff Jeff here on YouTube had it on her face, and she was talking about how when her clients came into the post office and was talking about how wonderful, and she saw how beautiful the girl's skin looks, and she asked her what she had on, and it was this. So she went ahead and bought it. It looked so beautiful on her skin. So I was like, yes, please, Tiff, I need it. Thank you. So then I bought it. I just talked about this one and how I like to mix it with the original Fenty, so needless to say, I'm not going to get rid of this one. I wear the shade 420 in both of them if you were curious, but since Jackie wears 420, I feel like y'all already knew I wore 420. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. The next one I have is the NARS Radiant Long Wear foundation in the shade Macau. I like this foundation a lot. I don't use it nearly as much as I should, but it's a gorgeous foundation. I will definitely be keeping my hands on this one. Now, this Lancome 10E Doll Ultra Wear foundation, I will be getting rid of. I do not like this foundation. I like the newer one they came out with better because it looks more skin-like and hydrating. I don't know what it is about this foundation. It always looks okay on the skin to me. It doesn't look phenomenal. It doesn't look wonderful. So I will not be holding on to it. I will be getting rid of it because it's just mediocre to me. As y'all saw in this video, it's going to be long as hell. I don't need any mediocre foundations because we have plenty to choose from. So it needs to go. Next, I have these 3 foundations right here. Oh, hold on. Sorry, these 4 foundations right here. So I have the Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation in the shade Deep Y500. This has sunscreen in it, and it's supposed to be a 24-hour foundation. I actually like this foundation. I know a lot of people don't. It's currently on clearance for like $23 on Sephora. The problem with this is it's a liquid to powder foundation, and so since people are used to having to set their foundation with a lot of powder in order for it to sit down, people were using way too much powder, and that's what messing up with this foundation. This foundation is fine. Just don't use a whole bunch of powder after you put it on because it sets down to a powder finish on its own. You don't need to lather setting powder on and then put your foundation powder on top of this because that's why it doesn't look good on your skin. You're using too much powder. So if you want to try this foundation while it's on clearance, just keep in mind what I said. Don't use a whole bunch of powder with this. Just put it on and go on with your day. Because otherwise it's going to be too much powder and you're not going to like it just like the rest of the population. So calm down with the powder, and this foundation is just fine, so I'm keeping it. I like to take it on vacation with me, so that way I have to bring less products because I can bring a travel size foundation powder and know I don't have to set that much on my face, or I can just bring a foundation powder and call it a day. So the Beauty Blender foundation in the shade 4.35W. Now this is not one of the original shades they came out with. I had to wait till they came out with better shades because the one Jackie used was 4.40 and it was more neutral, and she said she had to do a lot to make it work. So I didn't like the way the shade range was executed on that foundation to begin with, so that's why I didn't review it and I didn't buy it when it first came out. I literally bought this off some girl Poshmark for like 15 bucks. That's the only reason I even have it in my possession. I didn't appreciate the way they executed it, so I wasn't going to give them my hard-earned money. Anyway, it's a nice foundation. It looks nice on the skin. I'm more amazed with the concealer and the fact that they actually came out with a decent shade range in that because they learned from this foundation review. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it with that because all three of the products look beautiful together. And I like the look of them. But, like, if they hadn't fixed it when it came to concealers, like, I wouldn't even have this. But I bought this just to review with the concealer and, like, the primer and all that stuff. So I'm going to keep it. Now these two foundations, I'm going to keep as well. I like the Clinique Even Better Makeup. A lot of people sleep on Clinique foundations. Clinique foundations are beautiful. And they're reasonably priced because this is only like $29.50. Some of those other foundations I've shown you are like $45 and $65 and $50 and all that. This is only 30 bucks. And it's supposed to help your skin look even better over time because it's supposed to have skincare ingredients in it. So see, it says it helps with evenness and corrects, and it even has a SPF in it. So I definitely recommend that you try this one or the Even Better Glow. I like the Even Better Glow better because it gives a nice little glow to the skin. I don't know if that one has skincare ingredients that help the skin, but this one says on the bottle, so I can clearly say that. The color I wear in this is Warm Neutral 118 Amber. This is a beautiful foundation. I think I ended up getting this for free when I spent a certain amount of money at Ulta. Again, it was a diamond thing, but I still really like this foundation. I'm glad they gave it out for free so I could try it out and feel the wonder of Clinique. But Clinique's foundations are always wonderful to me. They have the one in the tube that's supposed to be like this one here, and I forgot the name of that one. And then they have Even Better Glow. So I would recommend either of those three from Clinique. They're beautiful. The last one I have is the Nabla Close Up Futuristic Foundation. This is a weightless, soft, focus, perfect complexion foundation. I have the shade T50 Tan. This is the one Andrea Renee said we wore when they sent this to her. I have been wanting to try this and the concealer for a while, and they look okay. They're just average looking foundations, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it just because this is the only Nabla thing I have, and if they ever come out with any more complexion, I want to be able to compare it to something else. Plus, it's not like it's a bad foundation, and these kind of foundations are the ones I like to take to travel, so that way nothing breaks or anything like that. So that's another reason I'm keeping it. Okay, we're down to the last of three foundations, y'all. So I have these three, and let's talk about them. So needless to say, my actually this is the Pat McGrath one I'm gonna get rid of. This is the shade I told you all I bought that was in the wrong shade. Andrea and I bought Deep 29 when this first came out, and I don't need Deep 29. I needed medium Deep 26, but Jackie came out with the video I think like 3 weeks after this foundation came out, and I couldn't wait that long to, you know, like, get my review up. So Andrea and I just bought 29, and then when the sale came on my birthday, since this foundation came out right before my birthday, I just went ahead and on my birthday bought the right shade, medium deep 26 in this. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this medium deep 29. You can find it on my Mercari page, because that one is currently up right now. Then I have my Stay Naked foundation. This is the only Urban Decay foundation I own. If you all know anything about me, if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, you know that Urban Decay foundations break me out. All Nighter broke me out. Naked broke me out. This is the only one I could use, and the only reason I dare try it is because Thomas Halbert has sensitive skin like myself, and he said that we could use this. So I have the shade 70 Warm Yellow, and I'm going to keep it. And then the last thing I have is this NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in the color Cacao. So I'm iffy on this one right here because I tried it out recently just to try it out when I had to do like some content videos as opposed to like makeup review videos, and I actually liked this foundation that time. So I'm trying to decide, should I keep it or should I get rid of it? So I think I'm gonna put it in a pile with the other things that I'm doing a maybe video on, and then I will decide later. But I will show you all the stuff that we are getting rid of in this video. So let's get to it. Almost dropping foundations and whatnot. So we're getting rid of all of this stuff right here. And I'm pretty proud of myself because I like to hoard foundations and primers. So this is all the stuff we got rid of, y'all. Look at that. Try to remove my thumb and then you'll see. So it's a decent amount of stuff. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 foundations and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primers. So I didn't expect to get rid of a whole lot of stuff, so I'm not surprised. I had some other primers I got rid of, like I got rid of the Dr. Brandt Pores No More already, so that's why it's not in here. And I think I had one other primer I got rid of, so I actually got rid of 7 primers and 9 foundations. It's just I forgot to bring those in here because I had already put them in the Macari box to get rid of. But anyway, I hope you all are semi-proud of me. I didn't expect to do that great because foundations and eyeshadow palettes are things that I love. And like I said, we're not going to do concealers because there's no point. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't super long for you. Remember, you all are dimes. I'll see you guys in the next one.